Welcome to the Little Blue Pot, it's Jem here. Thank you for joining me YouTube, and I hope you are all well finding this video. Thank you for clicking on the bipolar mood state. I'm going to be talking about the 5 different states that can be experienced, what they entail, what are the signs and how we behave and how we think, and also to talk about, how you might feel and how you might behave. And then I'm going to be talking about roughly I'm going to be talking at the end about their sort of duration and how long these cycles tend to last for. So there are 5 states, as I have just stated. Manic episodes when you're feeling high, hypomanic episodes when you're also feeling high, depressive episodes, as always, and this is going to have mistakes in it, this video, depressive episodes feeling low, mixed episodes, which is when you're feeling high and when you're feeling low at the same time, which must be really hard, and psychotic symptoms, which can usually happen when you are in a manic episode. So these different mood states I'm now going to go through, but I just want to say here, I do not have bipolar. This is something that I've researched, but I've done a sort of other series of bipolar videos which are all linked in the description below, but specifically focus on if you are looking to find out more about bipolar, then click on my interview featuring my friend Catherine, because she talks about her experience, and that is from a first person's perspective. I'm going to do my best to explain these, but as always, if I mess anything up, which I'll try not to, if I mess anything up, then please just add something in the comments below. I'm going to do my best, but I keep saying that, I'm going to do my best. This information is taken from mind.org. All links are in the description. So, mania, or a manic state. So that how you might feel, you may feel happy, euphoric, with a sense of well-being, uncontrollably excited, like you can't get your words out, irritated and agitated, increased sexual energy, easily distracted, or your thoughts are racing and you can't concentrate, very confident or adventurous, and may feel like you are special, understanding things that other people don't, feel like you're untouchable or can't be harmed, and like you can perform physical or mental tasks better than normal. You can also think that you are, from what I've learned from my dear friend Catherine, that you can feel like you are maybe having special powers, like you're connected to the universe, that you are the missing link, you are the missing key. And that's what I experienced when I was with her, when she was going through her mania. So that's how you might feel. How might you behave? Well, you'll be more active than usual, talking a lot, speaking very quickly or not making sense, being very friendly, saying or doing things that are inappropriate or out of character, sleeping very little or not at all, being rude or aggressive, misusing of drugs or alcohol, spending money excessively and inappropriately, losing social inhibitions, taking serious risks with your safety. And when I was with Catherine, when she was experiencing her mania, she was, she couldn't sit still, and she was sort of pacing backwards and forwards. So you'll kind of feel that this real energy flowing through you, which can be very overwhelming. After a manic episode, you may feel very unhappy or shameful about how you've behaved. You may have made commitments or taken on responsibilities that now feel unmanageable. You may only have a few clear memories of what happened while you were manic, or none at all. So it really takes you out of the present and into this very manic state. So that's mania. Hypomania, this is similar to mania, but a lesser experience. So it's not quite as intense as the mania, but it's still just as unsafe in some senses, because you're not behaving or feeling like you are in control. You're not behaving or feeling like you would if you were in a sort of stable, more sustainable level. So you may feel happy, euphoric, a sense of well-being, which is very similar to the mania. And again, like I say, it's a lesser version, less intense experience. You may feel very excited, like you can't get the words out fast enough, irritable or agitated, again, increased sexual energy, easily distracted, like your thoughts are racing and can't concentrate, confident or adventurous. And how might you behave? more active than usual, talking a lot or speaking very quickly, being very friendly, sleeping very little, spending money excessively, losing social inhibitions or taking risks. So compared to hypomania, symptoms are likely to feel more manageable. However, it's just as serious. You might feel able to work and socialise without any major problems, although people might still notice your change in mood. So as I said, my experience of being around my friend when she's experiencing hypomania, she is very elevated, very enthusiastic, very still quite sort of over the top, and this is her experience. This may also, hypomania may last for a shorter time, and it doesn't include any psychotic symptoms, which, sorry, I forgot to say that in mania you can experience the psychosis. Depressive episodes. So how you might feel. So depressive is when you experience the depressed side of the illness. Bipolar is a mood disorder, so you experience changes in your mood. So this is very, very opposite to the mania, which is why it used to be called manic depressive, because you'd have the mania and then you'd have the depression, and these two cycles would kind of take their turn, with a bit of hypomania in between as well. So how you might feel: down, upset or tearful, tired and sluggish, not finding enjoyment in things, which is very different compared to the mania, low self-esteem and lacking in confidence, guilty, worthless, hopeless, agitated and tense, suicidal even, and you may also feel numb and empty. So very typical signs of depression here. And how might you behave? Well, not doing things you normally enjoy. So perhaps you normally enjoy seeing friends and being around people you may not want to. Having trouble sleeping or sleeping too much, so maybe having insomnia or hypersomnia. Eating too little or too much. Misusing of drugs and alcohol. Being withdrawn or avoiding people. Being less physically active than usual, and self-harming or attempting suicide. Many people find a depressive episode can feel harder to deal with than the manic or hypomanic episodes. The contrast between your high and low moods can make the depression seem even harder, even deeper. So it's a real extreme, which is why it's called bipolar, because of the polar opposites. Now you can also experience mixed episodes, which I actually didn't know until I did this research. And this must be really, really challenging, as I said at the beginning, because you're feeling both states. So this is also called mixed states. This is why I've called the video bipolar states. Bipolar mood states. I think that's what it's called. Yeah. Bipolar mood states. So this can be particularly difficult to cope with, because you are experiencing symptoms of depression and mania or hypomania at the same time. Now, as I say, I don't have bipolar, but I have experienced, as I said, with my friend Catherine, and I've seen her when you can see she's feeling low, but yeah, there's still that kind of, you get that feeling that she's on edge at the same time. So experiencing those, but I didn't actually know it was called mixed episodes or a mixed state. It can be harder to work out what you're feeling. So not really understanding if you are, am I low? Excuse me. Am I low? Am I hypomania? Am I manic? It can be harder to identify what can help you. Sorry, tickly throat. It might even be more challenging to manage your emotions. You may be likely to act out on suicidal behaviour because you're in this state and it's hard to comprehend what really is going on, so you're more likely to go to suicidal thoughts or suicidal behaviour. And your friends and your family may struggle to kind of be able to cope with this shift. They may have tools to help you through a mania or help you through your depression, but it's harder to support someone when they are in this state. And finally, we have the psychotic episodes. So we have delusions and paranoia. Delusions being that you are thinking of things that aren't real. So perhaps thinking that you are, which is one of the things that Catherine experienced, is thinking that she was God, thinking she was the missing link to the universe, thinking she had the answer. That is something we call delusional thinking. Paranoia, perhaps thinking that people are out to get you. And having experienced my own psychotic episode, I thought there was someone trying to take me, a time traveller that was trying to take me to the future, because I was the missing link, that I was going to give something back to the people of today from the future to help them to solve all the problems of this world. And hallucinations as well. So you can be hearing voices, seeing objects, having visions of things that aren't actually there, or maybe having smells that aren't there as well. So not everyone with a bipolar disorder will experience psychosis, but some people do, depending on the severity of the illness and depending on their own experience and which type of bipolar they are, but bipolar there is, because there is many different types of bipolar. There's sort of bipolar 1, there's rapid cycling bipolar, ultra rapid cycling bipolar, and bipolar 2. I'm not sure if bipolar 2 and the rapid cycling are very similar, but I'll be doing more episodes on bipolar at a later date. It's more common to have psychosis during manic episodes, but this can happen during depressive episodes too. These kind of experiences can feel very real at the time, which can make you harder to understand other people's concerns. So you may be experiencing the psychosis and seeing something, for example, but then other people around you will kind of maybe not understand what is going on because they can't see it at all. So how long do these cycles last? Well, it depends on... Sorry, I'm going to find my piece of paper. As always, shuffle, 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 shuffle papers. So on average, on average, people with bipolar will have 2 cycles yearly, so they will go through the mania. But everyone is mania twice, and maybe the hypomania twice. Everyone is different. So in my first bipolar video that I did, I said that people would experience it for months. But these changes in mood, or what we call mood swings, can last for hours, days, weeks, or even months. So duration depends on the person and their severity and their type of bipolar that they have. I hope that's explained the different mood states. I feel like I've just read out a list, but let's think about those manic episodes. So you will be feeling certain things in those hypomania, in the mania, that you won't be experiencing throughout the depressive side of these different mood cycles. And there's the mixed states and also psychotic symptoms. Please put any questions or comments you have in the space below. Please check out my other videos on bipolar, which are also in the description below, and make sure to take care of yourselves and have that support network around you. Speak to people when you are feeling in certain states, communicate as best you can, and if there is support given, take it. I know there are therapies specifically designed for bipolar that can really help to make you understand, because that is the first step to managing your illness, which is understanding and it being accepting of your illness. Then you can learn ways to live and cope alongside it. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time. Bye now.